Good morning. And speaking of spring on Sunday, 25th of May, afternoon. Whoa. The collection, spring related collection that I already started in 2022 during the spring and continued during the summer, when in the beginning of the year I sold out a collection there. So yesterday I was able to access the draft, the project file of the spring related unlaunched collection, and I honed some metadata. There is still like 1-2% of the work to be done. So I perfected that. And yesterday I also visited our... Whoa, I was astonished how I kind of have missed the fact that there is almost next to me a majestic garden. Marketanpuisto, Margaret's garden in other words, that is in their fullest bloom throughout the spring and summer. Although our own backyard white flowers would wither away, I can just drive a couple kilometers or bicycle even to this majestic garden. There is for every taste there is flowers and this stone garden, constellations on earth, and this majestic formation of all kind of shrubs and trees and bushes and tuyas. Yes, we spoke about tuyas during the week or two in regards to this graduation photo shoot, and joked that even tuyas would bloom if nothing else in the background. So wow, there was even these rhodoses were already blossoming so early. How I have missed this. There are tens of perfect photoshoot locations. I yesterday visited there, and there is even a bird tower next to a lake that I didn't visit yesterday, but I'm going there again today. But guess what I found from my garage? Underneath all these cargo boxes, you never guess what seeds I found. Speaking of spring and gardening. Camellia sinensis and Ginkgo biloba. This is so-called what it is, Maiden's hair tree. It's tree. These are tree seeds, unopened box. But this I had opened. This is Camellia sinensis, in other words, tea bush. You can make tea out of this plant. And this is the order when I ordered these seeds during the spring, 23rd of April 2012. So, and here are the tea bush guidance how to plant it, and the ginkgo tree how to plant it. This is more complicated. This is easier, but it's still unusual. So these both are on the more advanced level of gardening. Both you gotta do some complicated things in order to get them grow. But hey, I have been casually able to grow passion flowers on every attempt I have done. So I mean, I have kind of no failed attempts. We so whereas after this kind of the next year, 2013, it was the unlucky year. Basically, our house was brought down, and I had been growing this passion flower for 2 or was it 3 years. It was huge passion flower, and it was making the flowers and the fruits already. So I have successfully grown a passion flower in Finland that bears flowers and fruit, and I have this huge photograph with the passion flower in full blossom, and the photograph has been made into an artwork. It's like 2 meters or 3 meters long and 2 meters wide aluminum photograph frame. So speaking of advanced gardening, I guess it's time after 13 years since the spring of 2012. It's time to plant some ginkgo tree and tea bushes, Camilla. So within this journey, wish me luck. I thought it's time, so let me show you. And by the way, there's the best before. This is Swedish, by the way. Best before date has been in 2016. But hey, as we know, seeds are almost timeless, I would say. If they are, if you know, mold doesn't get to them, or you know, some rats or birds don't eat them. But this, I know this, I feel, I can feel it. This the bush seed, it looks perfect. It looks perfect. I can already feel. I have only one left. So I think I attempted to plant these, but these have very long seeding time. How long it was? 6 months it might take until these begin to show any signs. No, 3 months. And I think my planting with this was interrupted in a way or another, because we had the unlucky next year. But anyways, I have one left. Let's see. One lucky one for the team. So I think it's time to attempt, since the wait a second. It might take 180 days. Yes, there is the actual amount until these show any signs of yeah. So it's actually 6 months. It might take 6 months before these show any signs as a seedling. So that is the reason why my planting with this was interrupted, because of some unfolding events, unraveling events. But I think it's time to make an attempt to plant these. I have unopened box with this, and these ginkgo trees might actually be in hibernation, these seeds. But as we know, when seeds are well preserved, likewise the legend of Mad Max tells, Mad Max Fury Road, about the seeds. And so forth. we know that the seeds of life, no, not only Fury Road but Furiosa, Mad Max Furiosa tells the more in-depth story of the seeds and seeds of life and their so-called gardeners of the seed bank. So now I feel like I have already become a seed bank after 13 years of preservation of these seeds. So I mean, I think it's time to. Oh, this ginkgo tree is even best before 2014. What do you say? Is it time to rip open this seed box? So I think it's time. But it's very important that these seeds are kept in these original paper pockets, so that we don't mix. Oh, these look good. How many seeds there were supposed to be? It was written here. Yeah, six seeds. So there are, yeah, 6 exactly. Whoa. So remains to be seen if we are able to wake these up. There seems to be some kind of white, covered in white powder, kind of. But I think that doesn't hurt the actual seed that is inside, because these are, it's like skull of the seed, that covers the actual core of the seed. That is the protection. But now, let's see. And take this with a hint that I have actually planned, not last year, but the year before that. So in 2023, I extensively began to photograph plants and I have been photographing birds for way longer, but especially plants and small insects and this kind of natural untouched environments, because I took up the gauntlet seriously and the task to make and create a garden collection. And around the time came this new contract from Ethereum 404 that makes it possible a collection to be both an NFT and tradable token. So when you get a particular amount of the tokens, then it automatically forms into a whole NFT that you can enjoy or list or preserve for yourself. So already 2 or 3 years I have extensively been photographing for this garden collection in mind. So this is just a sign of life about that. And yes, I have been photographing a lot even this year. So there will be much more garden related things to come. And yes, the dream of spring for me has always been to live within a lush, abundant cornucopia of a garden on earth up till the skies and beyond. Let the rain refresh upwards. So now here we got hot water, but it is not boiling water. Let's see how. Let's see in case the deepash seed sinks. Of course it doesn't. Yeah, right. But still, this is the first step getting the deepash to grow. I will let it be here for the day and we'll see how that goes. The outer cover of the seed is probably going to soften and we will see how that goes. Yeah, there are chokeberry bushes that has been pruned quite a lot and a butterfly. So I will begin from the T, Camilla push. And the first step is to sink this into a warm cup of water. Warm water. And there is a saying that if the seed does not go to the bottom of the cup, you should probably discard that. And we will use probably this cup. But as you see, we are planting healthy seeds, not using sugar like this little mu here. So the trick is with this that you can actually use a screwer to crack open this dark brown layer. The actual seed is inside. I got some chocolate there. The actual seed is actually not this, but it is inside this dark brown cover. So let's see if it sinks like this. So the first step has been done. Seeding in a hot water. And here we go. Cheers upwards.